Hey guys, welcome to my channel. In this video we're going to be talking about culture shocks in the UK. First of all, my channel has been like, what's the word, is it dormant? My channel has just been there, nothing going on. So I just thought, I'm in school right now and I'm supposed to start working on something. I have this digestive from the hell I have this digestive biscuit that is a limited edition. It's digestive chocolate, but it's not the usual because it's like flavored. I'll show you. Sorry I tore it this way, but like it's mince pie flavor. Can you see that? So it's like limited edition. I think it's just because of the period. It's Christmas period anyway. So this is like the first week of December. So Merry Christmas, you guys. Hopefully I can do a Christmas video. I'm supposed to go like Christmas shopping. Why am I talking about this? In this video, we're going to be talking about culture shocks. So I moved to the UK last year. I actually did a video last year. I don't know why I never made it to YouTube. I actually did a video about my culture shocks in the UK. I don't know. I actually edited it as well. So I don't know why it never made it. But we're not going to talk about that. Let's just get into this video. Right, so culture shocks are... 1 minute. Let me look for the meaning of culture shocks on the internet, because fam, ain't nobody got time to be cramming stuff, you know what I mean? So culture shock is a common culture shock is common among students arriving in the UK to study abroad. You will notice differences between the way things are done and what you're used to at home, including the way people dress, speak, teach, learn, and other everyday aspects of your life. This might leave you feeling a little confused and homesick. Right, so without further ado, let's get into it. Culture shock. So this is in no particular order, disclaimer. This is actually part one. What did I say? So greeting. I mean, when I was in Nigeria, I just felt nothing could beat our, that aspect, that respect aspect. As in Nigeria, see, we have respect. That's one thing, like, it is social. We are very big on respect. We don't play when it comes to respect as Nigerians, yeah. I wasn't expecting, because I mean, when you hear abroad, when you hear overseas, when you hear foreign, whatever, what do they call it? Obodo Igbo. You first of all cancel out respect because you're not expecting it anyway. But like when I got to this country, people are so polite, like everybody says hi. Like you walk past people and you just keep hearing hello, hi, hello, you alright, bruh. So yeah, respect. It's a culture shock because I wasn't expecting it. Honestly, I just felt I'm going to a foreign land and I had like this expectation of how they are going to make me feel. I wasn't expecting to feel welcomed and stuff like that, but it's like the exact opposite. Everybody's friendly. I'm even like the opposite because I am an introvert. I don't like people. I don't like associating with, I don't know how to put it, but like I'll really just be on my own. That sort of personality, that's what I am. So it's like the opposite, like everybody's just, hi, you alright? So yeah, they're very polite. So that is going to take me to the major culture shock, which is their mode of greeting. Their mode of greeting in this part of the world. In this part of the world is, you alright? Like they just go, you alright? It's like a question. They just ask you if you are alright. So when I first came, I was not finding it funny because why does anybody feel the need to ask if I am alright? And then it's not just one person, it's not two.
Not one, not two, but 1,000.
Like everybody just goes, you're alright, and then you just feel this need to keep telling everybody, yes, I'm alright. Do you see anything? That feeling, but apparently nobody even cares. Nobody is asking if you're alright. They are just greeting you. It's just their mode of greeting. That's how they greet. Like, you're alright. That's just how they greet. Not like anybody cares. And the answer to you're alright is you're all right. Like, if someone goes, you're all right, and they have this smile that they do, I'm not going to call it fake because it's a culture. So I'm not going to say it's a fake smile, but it's very not genuine smile. Like, it is not genuine. Like, it wears off too quick to be genuine. For a smile, I mean, as a Nigerian, I should stop touching my hair. For a smile, for like 30 seconds after you smile, the smile line should still be on your face. Even when the person is not even looking anymore, you will still be smiling even though you are not smiling. You know what I mean? But like these people, right in your face, the smile stops and it's off. Like, it's off the face. And you're like, bruh, why you gotta be so fake? But like, it's not fake, it's the culture. You will know because it is not just one person, it's everybody that does it. So it's a thing, it's their thing. I have started doing it unconsciously as well. I just go, yeah, right, and that's it, chapter closed. Like, how? So yeah, that was a culture shock for me as well, because first of all, I didn't understand why everybody thought they should ask me if I'm all right, and then why the fake smile. I mean, as a Nigerian, if you're smiling at me, let's for example, a guy is smiling at me like that, I might just say green light. I might be saying green, you know what I mean? Like, oh, that's a green light, he wants something, he wants us to have a conversation in it, you know. But here, people just smile at you and they go. And people use like this what's the word? Endearing. I can't find the word right now, but like they use sweet words for everyone. Like, you hear some stuff like darling, sweetheart, sweetie, hey beautiful. Endearing words, like beautiful sweet words for you, but like it's nothing. In Nigeria, if you use too many sweet words to me, I must start saying green. I must start saying green light. Now, I mean, like, because it's not usual. It's not usual. Here, it's like the norm. Everybody's your sweetheart. You alright, sweetie? You alright, darling? Like, hold on. You know what I mean? Like, hold on. So yeah, that's a culture shock. Then next one would be thank you. People say thank you here. Like, thank you is you have to have like daily doses of thank you, like take 20 per day. You know, like, thank you is no big deal. People say thank you every 5 minutes of their life. I don't know why. I still can't explain why, but like, people go thank you like for every little thing. If you're coming off a bus, you're going to tell your driver thank you. No, the ride wasn't free. You actually paid for it, but there is still that need to say thank you. Like, it is that serious. It is that serious. Like, people say thank you, but I do it. I do it anyway, because when you get on the bus and somebody comes off and they don't say thank you or cheers or something, so you just know somehow that they are some new immigrants. But it is what it is, though. You will know that this person is a new immigrant. This person have just come in the country. They don't know. Let's move on from that. Next one, I'm going to say tea. You know, tea, the drink. So tea in this country is actually tea and not the tea in Nigeria is chocolate, hot chocolate, Milo and milk. That's what we call tea from where I'm from. But like, tea in this country is actual tea, the real meaning of tea. You know, tea bag, hot water, milk, stuff like that. And fam, these people drink tea like every 5 minutes. Like, tea is a big deal. Tea is a tradition. Like, people literally go out and sit down, like go out like on a date and drink tea or coffee, and you're like, what? Like, why do they do that? But like, it's so normal. It is so normal. People drink tea like morning, afternoon, night. They don't get tired. See the way we offer visitors water or drinks, like, what do they call them? Like those fizzy drinks, minerals. That's what we call them in Nigeria, minerals. Those fizzy drinks, Coca-Cola, Sprite, 7-Up. The way you offer visitors those drinks is the way people offer visitors tea in this country. Like, tea is, I don't know how, nobody can survive. Even I that I'm talking, yeah? I mean, at first I wasn't taking tea, but now I can take tea. I mean, I take tea at least. I mean, it's even almost winter. It's like winter right now. We're in December. I can take tea 5 times in a day. I don't get tired of tea. I love tea. Like, it's one of my favorite beverage right now. I love tea. That is, like, people take tea like on the go while driving. Oh yeah, that takes me to my next point. Now we finished talking about tea. Let's talk about right-hand driving. You know, every country has changed to right-hand driving except the UK and one other country. I'm going to search it up real quick. I think it's Australia. I'm not really sure. What? Oh, there's more than 2. I thought it was only 2. Okay, so here it says the nations of India, Japan, Cyprus, South Africa, and Malta all have the requirement of right-sided steering vehicles and left-lane driving. Interestingly, Japan has never been a part of British rule. So it says still. So the question is, what countries use right-hand driving? And the answer is still. There are some countries that want to maintain their right-hand driving tradition, particularly the UK. Other countries that also practice it include Thailand, South Africa, Singapore. Singapore is in China, yeah? New Zealand, Australia. Oh yeah, I'm good. I know what I'm saying. Malta, Malaysia, Kenya, Japan. So there's actually more. Oh, that's nice. I thought they were only UK and Australia. See why it's good to always look up things when you're not very sure. So yeah, I'll go back to my point before I divert. There's right-hand driving in this country. Where I'm from is the left-hand driving. So there was this time I had to go back to Nigeria. I think, was it last year? This is 2022, yeah? So last year, 2021, when I went back to Nigeria, I started mixing things up. See, when I first came, it was not so easy adjusting to having to sit on the left-hand side where the driver is supposed to sit when I was in Nigeria. So I order like taxis, or I call taxis, and then I jump in the driver's seat, like almost sitting on the driver, and I'm like, oh, sorry. And then I go to the other side. But yeah, when I went back to Nigeria, I had to adjust again. And then when I came back, it wasn't very easy, but like, it is what it is. You have to adjust. It's not like you have a choice. You don't drive, do you? So it's a culture shock, because I didn't even know there were countries. Well, I knew because my dad taught me. My dad like travels a lot, so he talks about these things, but I was not expecting it like to happen. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, the UK does right-hand driving, and you actually have to adjust when you're coming from Nigeria. You have to know that, oh yeah, right-hand driving, and get used to drivers driving on the left lane. Know what I mean? So our next point is going to be contactless payment. In Nigeria, we have POS, right? So we draw money from the POS people, or when we buy stuff, we can pay in shops, in stores. We pay with POS, and sometimes there are these street people that you can walk up to and pay into their POS with your card, and then they'll give you cash, you know, stuff like that. One thing that we did not have is contactless payments. I did not really know about it until relocation, right? When I got to this country, that was when I learned that I could actually buy stuff and pay for it without inserting my card in the machine. All I just have to do is tap. All I have to do is, like, let's say my little piece of biscuit. This is my card, and I've gotten what I want to buy. This is the POS machine. It's actually like, it's a POS machine, just that it has this contactless part of it that you can just tap your card like that, or swipe over, or just tap. Just make sure it touches or something. You can read the chips, and that's it, you've paid. Just that this has like a limit. It depends on the amount. If you're spending so much money, you might have to enter your PIN, because obviously anybody can steal your card and go and tap it. But if they are spending like too much, they will have to enter your PIN, which they don't have because they stole the card. And so that's where you come in. But like, come in. But like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're buying little stuff like £5, £10, £15, you really don't need PIN. You can just tap. I think the limit is like £30 or £20. I don't know. It's only rich kids that know these things. I don't know, fam. I'm clueless. I don't know. So next one is going to be What am I doing? Okay, let's talk about structure. My next culture shock is going to be structure. In my country, there is structure, don't get me wrong, but when you say structure has levels, now I mean, there's levels to this structure thing. I'm like, it is that easy? You mean I don't have to have connection? Bro, what? Right. So, like I said, there's levels to this structure thing. There's structure in my country. Now, I mean, like, there's structure, then there's structure. This country has structure. Like, even to the littlest things. Let's start from the littlest things like queue. When there's a queue, there's a queue. Nobody jumps queues, nobody fights like that. Violence is controlled. So it's not like people can just bully people and beat them up because, you know what I mean? Like, if you're on a queue, then you're on a queue. And if somebody goes out of the queue, there's nothing like, auntie, I'm in front of you. I just want to quickly go down there to... Fam, the hell? No, for real, like, am I stupid for staying on the line? Don't you think I have other things to do as well? Why are you the one getting out of line? Once you get out of line, yeah, that's it though. You've gone. One woman did it for me was it 2 months ago? I went to, there's this part of my school where students complain and like you can talk to someone. You will always find a solution to whatever problem it is if you go there and talk to people. So there was this long queue. It was the period where people were paying school fees or resumption. It was resumption period, so a lot of people needed to sort school fees, sort technical issues, sort a lot of things. And so there was always like student queues. So there was a queue of like 20 people that day, and I obviously got in line, and somehow people started entering the lines. You know, because most of us were like Nigerians as well. So we understood each other. Like there was this white lady, there was this British babe that was on the line. She was frustrated. You could see the frustration written all over her face. Because when she came into the line, they were like maybe 7. And now he's almost at home. People just keep getting in front of her, telling her, oh, they were here. They just sat down there, they were watching, or they were here. They just quickly went out. She was frustrated. The frustration was written all over her face. At some point, she had to go to the front and have a word with the people in charge. Like, can they control this that is happening? She doesn't understand. She's on the queue. She has stuff to do. She's already timed that there are like 4 people in front of her. But somehow, there are 8 now, there are 10, there are 12, and they are never ending. So I understood the frustration. I was also getting frustrated, but like, because of where I'm from, that thing that makes you accommodate such, it just doesn't go away because that person, now my bro. Even if you don't know them, but now my bro, now still your bro. You know what I mean? Like, so, but like, do you know what I mean? Like the structure. I'll talk about traffic lights in Nigeria. Sorry, where I'm from. I lived in Lagos, obviously. There's this. I lived on the mainland as well. So there's this place called Allen. It's very popular on the mainland. Allen. So there's this long road that takes you to Maryland. If you're coming from Adeniyi Johnson, I don't know why I expect everybody to understand, but like if you lived in Lagos and on the island, on the mainland, you should have an idea. If you're coming from Adeniyi Johnson and you go through the Aromire Road and you come up to Allen Junction, there are some little traffic lights there, and then there is LASMA. So there's traffic light, there's LASMA. Sometimes the traffic light will tell you to go, the LASMA official will tell you to stop. So you will be confused, like, who do I listen to? There's nothing like that here. It is straightforward, just follow the traffic light. Sometimes in Nigeria, if the traffic light says, as a pedestrian, I did not have a car, so as a pedestrian, if the traffic light says I should go, I would still wait like some extra minutes, seconds, and make sure the drivers know that they're supposed to actually stop before I go, because I don't trust, my life is so precious. I can't just go like that and then somehow the driver will give me excuse of, oh, nobody follows that traffic light anyway, or oh, they didn't see traffic light. No, but there's nothing like that here. If the thing says you should go, then you're definitely going. You know what I mean? Like, you actually go, you don't need anybody's validation, you don't need to stop and make sure the driver is not drunk. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's structure in the country. The public transport, like I said, public transport is very smooth. You can be, I mean, if you don't live in London and you don't live in London and you don't have kids that you need to drop off and pick up from school, and maybe your workplace is very close to your house and stuff like that, you might not need a car for like the next 3-4 years. It won't even come to mind, you know what I mean? Because the public transport is smooth. Like, it is, if there's going to be a strike, you're going to know like 2 weeks before. That's minimum 2 weeks before the strike, everybody's going to know. So you're going to prepare your mind, find a way around things. It's so smooth. So yeah, that was also some sort of culture shock. Food is not a culture shock, because obviously I'm coming from a country where we eat organics, we eat natural, fresh stuff. Getting here, it's not bad. I mean, how bad can it be? But obviously your diet is going to change. I did not look like this 2 years ago. I didn't look like this last year. Each year there's changes, there's physical changes every year. Since I got here, there's that physical change. So you can tell that there's that diet change, because here they eat more of potatoes, milk, flour. If you think of any food that is of the British origin, and you like break it down to the recipe, the ingredients, what it's made of, it's going to either boil down to flour, milk, potato. They have nice dishes, very beautiful, lovely dishes. Definitely, you obviously want to try them all, but really, I'm not saying anything, I'm just saying, but really. Now, I mean, I'm from a country where I eat organics, F4 now, I mean, like, nice food, nice meat. I'm not discouraging nobody. Come over, come and try, come and have a try. You deserve to try. Everybody deserves to try. But like, even the African food, like the African food that they hype so much, I mean, you have to hype it. It's not like you have an option. It's not like you can quickly go home and eat and come back to a country. So I mean, do you have a choice? You actually have to hype it up, make yourself feel good about it. But deep down, we all know that this NOE could lay, like, meat be cutting. I can literally cut meat with my nails. I can pierce meat. Like, how? Even the African food that is so hyped and expensive. African food here is like very expensive. You know the way Chinese is expensive in Nigeria. That's the way African food is expensive in England. Anyway, food is not a culture shock, but obviously there's going to be diet change and stuff. It's not a culture shock. We're going to talk about English, the language. Excuse me, but can we talk about English, the language? I'm going to take this off. I'm not very used to wearing wigs, so if you're tired of me going out, manage. It's just a less than 30 minute video, so manage. English, I'll put my cap back on. I'm not feeling that, sorry. This much better. This matches my attitude more. So personality. I mean, it's English, yeah? They'll be like, English, the language. They said, okay, let's start from the roots. Let's pick it from the roots. They said we were colonized by Britain. They said we were colonized by this country. In it, fam. Who goes there? So they said we were colonized by British, yeah? And somehow, it's starting to feel questionable. Listen. It's starting to feel questionable. Because tell me why English is like that. I don't know. English is not Englishing. Most of them, their English does not English. It's not really Englishing. Like, how am I supposed to explain this? I wish somebody could explain for me, or I wish somebody was here to explain it. But like to say it's upside down would be rude. So I would not say their English is upside down in this part of England. But listen, English can be so confusing. The language. I'm from Nigeria. Nigeria was colonized by Britain, and we speak English. Okay, so like most of them don't even know that we are supposed to understand English. Most of them, if you're dealing with them, you randomly get questions like, how long did it take you to learn English? Were you born here? Does your parents live here? Are your families here? And you're just like, Hold on. See, I'm a Nigerian. When you tell them you're a Nigerian, so they ask you, oh, so do you speak Nigerian? I'm like, there's no language like Nigerian. It's so annoying. Like, going through this is so annoying, and you will not stop going through it. As long as you are like this, as long as you look like this, you will keep going through it, honestly. So it's not like there's end date for it. You still have to try to manage it, yeah? There is no language like Nigerian, and they think Africa is a country or a village or something. They just know Africa exists, but they don't know how big it is. Or they really don't know. They just think Africa is where, and they expect you to like know every single person that has same color like you. Like when they meet me and they meet like another black person, they just go, do you know each other? And you're like, oh, I've never seen him. Like, no, fam. Why do they just assume like that? They'll just start addressing you like, if you're a man and I'm like this and we are both, you know, Nigerians, African, and they're talking, they'll just be, you and your boyfriend? I'm like, which boyfriend? Which boy? Like, why do they assume so much? Yeah, that's a culture shock. They assume too much. English most times is not English because their English is very confusing. Sometimes it's not straightforward. They say words that are not actually what they are meant to be. Stuff like, okay, so pot. I'll tell you, pot. You know, the pot we cook with, that we cook soup, efo, beans, those pots, those actual pots. They call them pans. Hello.
Alright.
Yes, thank you. Is there like a class here?
Huh?
Is there a class here?
I don't know, I don't work here.
Oh.
I'm just doing some testing.
Oh, okay. Ah, the lights?
No.
The computers?
Yeah, I'm a pot tester.
Okay.
It's alright, don't worry.
Thank you.
I'll do your last.
Oh, thank you. So I have to lower my voice now. When they call pans, so when they call pot pans, and then you wonder what they call, what pots are, or do pots exist? You know, the plates, spoons, you know, cutleries, cups, all of those, they call them pots, and then the actual pots are pans. Lunch is dinner, dinner is tea. So many things that are not actually like, it's very confusing sometimes. And yeah, someone else coming to the class, so like, I'll see you guys in part 2. I can't really like express myself anymore because I'm an introvert and I don't know how to act when people are around me. So bad.